Hello dear students, welcome to the new chapter Polymers. Dear students, for the growing world, polymer becomes most essential material for everything. We people are depend mostly on the polymer based products in our day-to-day life. From the morning brush, the bristles of the brush is made up of nylon, which is a kind of a polymer product. We wear a cloth, which is a polyester, again a polymeric component. We drink water, tea, coffee, etc. And the mug and the bottles are made up of plastic, again a polymeric component. Shoes, sandals, etc. are also made up of polymeric components. We use vehicle for the traveling, and the parts of the vehicle are made up of polymeric components. Like this, in our day-to-day life, we use the polymeric components or the products in one or the other way. From morning to evening, night, we depend on polymers. The mobile, clothes, and the blanket when we go to sleep, it is also made up of polymer. It means the life without the polymer is nothing. Not only in the external surface, internally, human body is also contains number of polymeric based components. DNA, proteins, nerve fibers, etc. are also made up of one or the other polymeric components. Dear students, there are different types of polymeric components. There are biodegradable polymers and non-biodegradable polymers, and also there are some naturally occurring polymers and there are synthetic and semi-synthetic polymers also. In this polymer chapter, we are going to learn some of such polymeric components and their preparations and the uses. Let us begin our today's session. In video lecture 1, we are going to learn introduction to polymers and classification of different polymers. Let us begin our today's session. The first and the foremost question is, what are polymers? Dear students, please remember, poly means many, mer means unit. Together, a combination or the component which is formed by number of units or many units is known as polymer. Polymer, it is a macromolecule, which is big size molecule. Another question, do we need to study polymers? Have we ever came across polymers in our day-to-day life? The answer for these two questions is yes. We need to study polymers, and we came across polymers in our day-to-day life. As we already discussed, the stick of toothbrush and the bristles of the toothbrush is made up of a polymeric component. Tea cup or the mug, which is also made up of polymeric component. Panels of a mobile made up of polymer, and also tires are made up of polymeric components. Along with that, shoes and sandals, dresses, sunglasses, earphones, which are also made up of one or the other polymeric units. In our body, we have polymeric components, that is the DNA, the repeating units of adenine, guanine, etc. It is a kind of a polymeric component. Cellulose, which is also a macromolecule, again a polymeric component. Protein, again a polymeric component. Nerve fibers linked to one another, macromolecule, again a polymeric component. As we already discussed, polymer is of two different words. Poly means many and mer means part or unit. Dear students, A if it is a 1 unit, and if it combines for n times, the A component which combines for n times and they are linked to each other by chemical bonding, and there is a repeating unit is A, and that component which is formed, it is a macromolecule, and that is known as polymer. This polymer which is formed from a single unit A, and that single unit which is responsible for the formation of polymer is known as monomer. Mono means single or one. And the process of formation of polymer from monomer is known as polymerization. Definition for polymerization: the process of formation of polymers from monomers is called as polymerization. Definition once again: polymers are macromolecules, big size molecules having high molecular weight, which consists of smaller repeating units known as monomers. Please remember this definition. Moving to the next part of today's video lecture, that is classification of polymers. Polymers are mainly divided into 4 different types based on source, that means from where the polymer is obtained. Second, based on structures of polymer, that is the arrangement of atoms, groups and types of linkage. The third one is based on mode of polymerization, that is method of preparation. And the fourth one is based on molecular forces, that is the type of intermolecular forces are involved in or the formation of polymer. Let us learn the classification of polymers based on source. In that, 3 more types: natural polymers, semi-synthetic polymers and synthetic polymers. First one, natural polymers. As the name itself indicates, the polymers which are obtained either from plants or animals are known as natural polymers. So it may be a plant source polymer, example cellulose. Second example, jute. Third one is linen. It may be from animal source, example silk. It may be wool or woolen, etc. Moving to the second type, semi-synthetic polymers. The properties of natural polymers like appearance, tensile strength, luster, etc. are modified by some chemical treatment in the laboratory. Means they are obtained from the natural sources, but their properties are modified in the laboratories by chemical treatment. They are known as semi-synthetic polymers. Example, acetate rayon. Second example, viscous rayon. And the third one, cuprammonium silk. These come under semi-synthetic polymers. Next, the third classification, synthetic polymers. These are the polymers which are prepared in the laboratories or industries from chemical substances only. Example, nylon, terylene, polythene, etc. Further, moving to the classification, that is the second one, based on structure of polymers. In that, the first one, linear polymers or straight chain polymers. Second, branched polymer, the straight chain which is having now the branches. And the third one is cross-linked or network polymer. The straight chains are joined together by some branches. First one, linear polymers. Definition: these are the polymers which are made up of large number of repeating units which are joined together to form long continuous chain, and it is without any branches. These are known as linear polymers. Example: polythene from ethene. This is one ethene molecule, this is another ethene molecule. When it combines, there is a formation of polythene. If you have taken n times, then there is a n time repetition of this unit, and this is leads to the formation of polythene. Here, a reformation of the bond takes place, or the rearrangement of the bond takes place, leading to the formation of one polymeric structure. Example for linear polymers: HDP or high density polythene, nylon, polyester and polyvinyl chloride, etc. Moving further, second one, branched polymer. As the name itself indicates, it is having branches. These are the polymers which are made up of large number of repeating units which are joined together to form long continuous chain which also has branches. These are known as branched polymers. Example: low density polythene. Second example: polypropylene, etc. Moving to the third one, cross-linked or network polymers. Definition: linking of each polymers by strong covalent bonds leading to the formation of network-like structure. These are known as cross-linked or network polymers. Example: bakelite. Second, melamine or melmac. Third, rubber. These come under cross-linked or network polymers. These are hard than compared to the other two class of compounds. Moving further, classification of polymers we are learning. That the third one, based on mode of polymerization. That first one, addition or chain growth polymer. The second classification is condensation or step growth polymers. Let us learn the first one, addition or chain growth polymer. The polymers which are obtained without the elimination of any side product. Remember this definition. These are the polymers which are formed by the combination of monomers and there is no side product liberation. There are again two types, homopolymers and heteropolymers. So with the name you can understand, homopolymers, all the monomeric units used are same, but here they may be different. So here you can understand the monomeric unit used for the preparation of polymer is A only. Definition: polymers which are obtained by combination of same type of monomers. They are known as homopolymers, which come under addition or chain growth polymers. Example: polythene, polyvinyl chloride, Teflon, etc. Coming to the next type, heteropolymers. So you can observe here there are different monomeric units. Definition: polymers which are obtained by the combination of more than one kind of monomers. They are known as heteropolymers. Example: Buna yes. The meaning of Buna you are going to learn in upcoming classes. Buna N. The third example, Terylene. So these all come under heteropolymers. Moving to the second type, condensation or step growth polymers. Definition: these are the polymers which are formed by the combination of two monomers by the elimination of small molecules like water or methyl alcohol. It must be or. Water or methyl alcohol. There are ester or amide linkages in the polymers. Example: nylon, polyester, polyurethane. These come under condensation or step growth polymer, where there is a elimination of byproducts. It may be a smaller molecule like water, methyl alcohol, etc. Moving to the next classification, that is the fourth one, based on molecular forces. There are elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic polymers and thermosetting polymers. Let us learn the first one, elastomers. In these polymers, intermolecular forces are van der Waals forces and they are soft and stretchy. We all know that van der Waals forces are the weak force of attraction and which make the molecule soft and stretchy in case of polymers. Example: neoprene, vulcanized rubber, etc. Second one, fibers. These are the polymers which contain strong intermolecular forces due to hydrogen bonding. So compared to van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonding is a strong bonding. These polymers possess high tensile strength and are used in textile industries. Examples: nylon 6, nylon 6,6, terylene, etc. Moving to the third one, thermoplastic polymers. These are the polymers which are also known as thermoplastics, as on heating they become soft and on cooling they become hard. Hence, these polymers can be remolded and recycled. Example: polythene, polystyrene, synthetic leather, etc. Next, the fourth one, thermosetting polymers. These are the polymers which do not become soft on heating under pressure. Hence, they cannot be remolded and recycled. These polymers are cross-linked polymers and cannot be reused. Cross-linked polymers. Example: bakelite. Second example, urea formaldehyde. Third one, melamine or melmac, etc. Dear students, we are learning classification of polymers. Let us have a brief view on classification of polymers. There are 4 different classification of polymers. Classification based on source, based on structure of polymer, based on mode of polymerization, and based on molecular forces. In based on sources, we learn 3 different types: natural polymers, semi-synthetic polymers, and synthetic polymers. Based on structure of polymers, we learn 3 more types: linear polymers, branched polymers, and cross-linked or network polymers. In based on mode of polymerization, we learn 2 types: addition or chain growth polymers and condensation or step growth polymers. And in the 4th classification, that is based on molecular forces, we learned 4 types: elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic polymers, and thermosetting polymers. Please remember the classification of polymers and definition and its example. Thank you, dear students. Hope you enjoy the session. Thank you all.